Summertime fishing for me, ever since I was a little boy, has always been about catfishing as well as every other kind of fish I could fish for. When I was a little boy, we used to walk and wade the Ouachita River, which is right off of my ranch here in southern Oklahoma, and we'd go miles down that river finding little deep holes of water and catch catfish. But another thing that we started doing a little bit later on, and really and truly, I pretty much paid my way through college selling catfish. I've caught them, literally any way you can catch them. Trot lines, limb lines, throw lines. I've caught them noodling, catching them by hand, caught catfish just about every way you can catch them. But one of the ways that we catch them a lot here in Oklahoma is fishing very, very shallow. When you think of summertime fishing, for most every species, you think of fishing a lot deeper than you normally fish. Not true at all for catfish. You can catch catfish deep in the summertime. But now here's the rig that we use right here for catching catfish in the summertime, and it is so much fun. You cannot believe it. And all I've got here is a little simple rig. I've got a little Jimmy Houston camouflage rod and reel. This whole rig sells for less than 50 bucks. And I've got a bobber on here, just a regular old bobber. It's a blue and white bobber. I've got a split shot, and I've got a Jimmy Houston Daiichi hook on the end of it. Now, you look at where I've got it there. That's actually a little bit deep. A lot of times we're fishing only about a foot deep with this. And here's what we do on this. We get out in the bass boat, just like we're bass fishing. We get on lakes like Keystone here in Oklahoma is a great lake for it. Just about any lake that's got dingy water. It's kind of important that you have dingy water, but if you got clear water and a lot of rocks, a lot of brush, a lot of cover, you can still do this technique. But if you get a dingy lake like Keystone here in Oklahoma, you get out in your bass boat and rig a rig up just like this. Now you can use it whatever kind of catfish bait you want. Grasshoppers work real good. Blood bait, chicken blood or beef blood works good. Shrimp, chicken livers, live earthworms. You can actually use a live minnow in this technique and it works really well. The thing about using a live minnow is you'll also catch bass and crappie in this technique. Obviously, if you put earthworm on there, you're going to catch big bluegill at the same time. But here's the deal. We've got this bobber about a foot above the bait, and all we do is get in really close to the bank. I do this with a flipping stick also, and we'll take and just go down through the bank looking for little indentations, where you got a rock coming out and a little indentation beside it where it's got rocks under it, only in like a foot, foot and a half, 2 foot deep, and we simply just pitch that bobber right up there, pitch that bobber, might help to open the bail, pitch that bobber right up there and leave it sit there for no more than 30, 40 seconds. That's it. Just leave it sit there 30 or 40 seconds. If there's a catfish there, boom, your bobber is going to go under. And I've caught 7 or 8 pound catfish doing this. You catch a lot of 1.5 pound, 2 pounders. You don't get a bite, pick it up, move it over another little spot. Pick it up, move it over another little spot. Very much like bass fishing or crappie fishing, going down the lake in a bass boat, and you can catch some of the biggest strings of catfish you ever imagined. So if you want to get a good mess of catfish, this is a really fun and easy way to catch them. Try bobber fishing shallow, just about a foot deep, on your lake this summer. You're going to be amazed.